Welcome, Curlew Cougars, to our 2020 Veterans Day Assembly. Today, we are taking time to thank and honor those that have served our nation as members of the United States military. Freedom is not to be taken lightly. I assure you it has a cost. We are thankful for all of those that have stood before us in harm's way to ensure that our freedoms would be preserved for generations to come. To all of our veterans, thank you and welcome home. Please rise and remain standing for our Pledge of Allegiance and our national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join me in a moment of silence to honor those that paid the ultimate price.
My country is a bee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land where the pilgrims cried, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever a peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the land of freedom and the brave. Every heart beats true for the red, white, and blue, and never a ghost or gray shall all the acquaintance be forgot. Keep your eye on the grand old flag.
Today we are celebrating Veterans Day.
Oh, cool. What is Veterans Day?
Veterans Day is a holiday celebrated on the anniversary of the end of World War I on November 11th to honor U.S. veterans and victims of all wars.
So we celebrate it to honor and respect those who fought in the war?
Yes, but how did Veterans Day come to be?
Well, Germany was fighting with the Allied powers during the Great War of the summer of 1914. On the 11th hour of the 11th day, on the 11th month, when an armistice or ceasefire was declared.
That next June, they signed the Treaty of Versailles, and the war officially ended. What is a treaty, you might ask? A treaty is a formal contract that establishes rules and responsibilities between two or more countries and or international organizations.
So basically, Germany and the Allied powers agreed to stop fighting.
I'm afraid not. There was the Second World War, the Vietnam War, the Afghanistan War, and the Iraq War. But that's part of why we celebrate Veterans Day, to honor all veterans, men and women, young and old, no longer with us and still alive.
We honor those who sacrificed their bravery, and so we can have the freedoms that we have today.
So, now that we know how Veterans Day came to be and why we celebrate it, what are some ways you can honor veterans and those serving in the military?
This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, to the redwood forest, and the ocean water. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking down the Freedom Highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me.
When I was in the Army, we had this acronym called KISS, keep it short and simple, and that's what I hope to do with this speech. Between 2009 and 2015, I did 3 combat deployments to Afghanistan as a human intelligence collector. My first deployment, I was at a combat outpost in the Kunar River Valley of the Hindu Kush Mountains, 8 kilometers from the Pakistani border, and my job was to develop source networks to gather information of intelligence value. That first deployment, we were in the deadliest province during the deadliest year of the war, and my first week at the combat outpost, I went out on patrol and saw a 12-year-old boy get gunned down. My first month, I saw 2 of my buddies get loaded up on a Chinook helicopter. The first had been shot in the leg and spine and then had his jaw knocked out by a ricochet. And the second had been providing aid to him when a 7.62 ripped out his knee. 3 months in, I stood in a battle position at our COP and watched across the Kunar River as the Taliban leveled a village with mortars while trying to attack us. I have all these stories I tell myself about why I joined the Army. I wanted to get out of town, I wanted to go on an adventure, I wanted to see the world, I wanted a free education. The truth though is I was a slacker in high school who'd placed all of his eggs in one basket, and yes, of course I'm going to make this speech about school. I was set on becoming a musician when I graduated. Then, a month or so after I got done with school, I injured my wrist, and I didn't really have any other options or backup plans. No four-year university would take me, and I didn't have the grades to pay for it anyways. So 6 months later, I found myself at Fort Jackson, South Carolina at basic combat training. I'm in a pretty good place now. I have an education, I don't have any debt. I'm living in the place that I love with the people I love, and I have an awesome job. Getting to come here and hang out with all of you each day. It took me a decade of hard work to get here, but I'm still not sure at what cost. I have to live with the things I experienced in the military for the rest of my life. What I'm trying to say is don't be a slacker. Don't close doors on life. Be ambitious, but have a contingency plan because you don't know what the cost will be to reopen doors once you've closed them. To close, I'm going to rip off Hemingway's iceberg theory, something that I've talked about in some of my English classes. If there's one thing I've learned in the military, it's that everyone's dealing with their own struggle. We're all icebergs. People only see the 20% that's above water. The other 80% is an unknown, a mystery floating beneath the surface. You never know what occupies the other 80% that's submerged. You don't know what people are dealing with and what wounds they're hiding. Act accordingly and lean towards compassion, not cruelty. Thanks.
When the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us pledge allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair as we raise our voices.
The Congressional Medal of Honor has achieved prominence in American history like few other awards have. It's a symbol for the very values its recipients displayed in the moments that mattered most. It's an honor bestowed upon only the utmost honorable given by the President himself. The Congressional Medal of Honor is awarded to those who risk their lives above and beyond the call of duty in actual combat against the armed enemy of the United States.
Edward C. Byers is the last person to get the Congressional Medal of Honor. He was a chief in the Navy, and he got it in December 8th to the 9th, 2012. Barack Obama was the person who gave the medal. The reason he received this medal was because he saved a hostage and was almost killed from being shot at.
If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening. Oh, this land, I'd hammer out danger, I'd hammer out warnings, I'd hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters. Oh, this land, if I had a bell, I'd ring it in the morning, I'd ring it in the evening. Oh, this land, I'd ring out danger, I'd ring out warnings, I'd ring out love between my brothers and my sisters. Oh, this land, if I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening. Oh, this land, I'd sing out danger, I'd sing out warnings, I'd sing out love between my brothers and my sisters. Oh, this land. Well, I've got a hammer, and I've got a bell, and I've got a song to sing all over this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's about love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land.
Good afternoon. Veterans Day has come again, a day in which we honor all those who have served in our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard. Thank you to all the teachers, students, friends, and family for listening to me talk here today, even though it might seem strange with all the precautions that we have to take, and even though our minds might be a bit preoccupied with everything going on in the world, we will always remember to honor our veterans and remember what they've done for us. In 1918, on the 11th of November at 11 o'clock, a treaty was signed. A treaty that ended the war to end all wars. It is after this treaty that the day was originally named Armistice Day. The day brought much joy all over the world. Loved ones were able to come home. People danced and laughed and sang because finally it was over. Nobody else had to die. Nobody else had to be separated anymore. The original purpose of this holiday was to celebrate the lives of those who died in World War I. Over time, the holiday was changed to honor all those who have served and are still serving in our armed forces. Watching this, I'm sure every family member has a tie or something to a veteran or a serviceman or woman in some way, all with a different story. No matter the story, thank you. Thank you for all the days, months, or even years you've spent away from your own families so that we can cherish the time that we have with ours. And thank you to those still serving who are still risking their lives today. We owe you all everything, the freedoms you have fought for that sometimes we may take for granted, the days we feel safe, and the nights we can sleep soundly, and so much more. Thank you.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and I can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. There's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the ones who died and gave that right to me. And I proudly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.